I got 38 cases pending trial, 63 in active investigation, another 250 on the log I can't clear. Today's a training day, Officer Hoyt.
This is a story about a guy who's twisted.
Denzel plays this detective who runs an elite squad of undercover narcotics agents in South Central LA. And it's my first day as a part of that.
Hey, this is my new guy, Jake.
Jake Hoyt was a great character, but he existed in relationship to Alonzo.
You're in a privileged position to learn a thing or two.
It's a great opportunity for him to work with this highly revered, decorated officer. It's a real opportunity for him to succeed.
He wants to be Alonzo when he first meets Alonzo. He wants to make detective, you know? He wants the fame, you know? And there's a price to pay. So I don't think Jake had a clue of what he was gonna get out of this day. I think he thought he was gonna get through the day, ride around in the car, hear a lot of verbiage, you know? It's not what happens.
Well, the interesting thing about the script is it was written by a white kid, David Ayer, who actually grew up in the Rampart area of Los Angeles. So everything about the script had the smell of authenticity.
And the name of the movie at the time was called Rampart. This was based on a real story, on a real police department that was doing this type of stuff in real life. So they initially named the movie Rampart, but Rampart threatened them and said, if you move through with this movie and you keep it that name, we're gonna sue you. So then they changed the name to Training Day.
It can't be like this.
It is this way, man. I'm sorry I exposed you to it, but it is. It's ugly.
When did Ethan Hawke get involved in this whole thing?
Ethan got involved. I couldn't find Jake, and I saw him one night on some talk show promoting, I think, Hamlet, and I remember saying, that's Jake. He's obviously a great actor, but he also had this boyish way about him.
Yes.
That I would believe he would be a little naive in that world, and also tough enough to maybe survive it. I called the studio and I said, I really want Ethan Hawke. At the time, they weren't as interested. We need some other names if you want Ethan. And I said, I'm gonna call Snoop and Dre, and I'm gonna put Snoop in a wheelchair. And I want Dre to play a cop, you know, complete opposite of everything they're about.
Right.
And then they were like, all right, cool.
And that's how Ethan Hawke got greenlit on Training Day.
That's how he got greenlit on Training Day, yeah.
I play a character named Paul, who's part of Alonzo's bad guy crew. MP5, heavy artillery, baby. They go in and do all the dirty work. He's a laid-back kind of guy, but not to be played with at all.
Yeah, you just jump right in.
I wanted each character to be memorable.
Drop us in your head before zero.
I didn't want it just to be another day player, somebody, you know, I wanted somebody that you won't forget.
I was down with it because I'm trying to get in the movie game as it is, and to work with Ethan and Denzel and Antoine, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to ask me twice, I'm here.
It's also good for me just to be around other artists that do other things and act and see how that exchanges. I'm more interested in people who have seen some things in life. Life teaches you much more than anybody can ever teach you in an acting class. You know, and these people have seen it. Look at each character. They've been through it.
I was wondering, did you use the community resources, any real gang-type people in the film?
Everybody's real. Everybody's real except for the actors that you know. Everybody in the movie is real.
I've seen that last.
Yeah. Those are real Bloods and Crips, and all the children in the movie live in the neighborhoods that we were in. And we really wanted to do that.
Yeah, Bone is
Bone.
What's up, Bone? What's up, Lonzo? Right?
He wanted this film to really be authentic. He wanted to really be, you know, hardcore. And I said, I think I can get you guys there, but it's gonna be real dirty. So if the crew's willing to get a little dirty to make a dirty movie, we can make it happen.
There's no other way to tell the story unless you understand the world they're in. I wanted the whole crew to get in the environment, see the people, to see what the movie's about, to feel the texture of the world.
This movie is very much about LA speaking for itself and being what it is. And Antoine is definitely a good guide.
You know you can do 2 cameras on him, just on him here.
First thing he brought to this table is an understanding of what inner city Los Angeles is like. We've been able to sit down with members of Bloods and members of the Crips and film in Imperial courts and film in the jungle, and we would not have been able to do the things we do if it wasn't for Antoine and the connections he has, aside from being a wonderful director and a great, great shooter.
I'm telling you, no cameras have been in Imperial courts the way we were. And in the jungle, they have a policy of no cameras, totally.
Take a beat before you pull a gun out.
The gang members are the guys that gave me permission to come into their neighborhoods. They were so supportive. And I wanted them to be in the movie. These guys got real scars, real bullet holes. They deal with these cops every day.
You hear all these stories about neighborhoods, and you actually go and spend some time there, and you realize it's just people, and it always is.
You snap that thing on? Yeah.
Man, it's great. Yeah, you get the real feeling. You meet the real people, you know. I couldn't imagine it any other way.
And they saw the work that these guys were putting in. That's an image they had never saw before. So they planted the seed, man, I can do it. I want to do that. I think Antoine told the story of how he was in Pittsburgh projects, saw a film crew, went up to him, and they started showing him stuff, and that's what's planted the seed in him. That's how he became a director.
You loving it, huh? You like that? All right. Any of y'all can be a camera operator one day. Any of y'all.
Outside of just filmmaking and everything, we wanted the community and the kids to see positive images of us making the movie. I wanted them to meet Denzel and Ethan and David and myself, and you know, maybe get inspired about writing or directing or acting or cameraman or grip or whatever. I just wanted to make sure they had an opportunity to see that and actually shake their hand. And I couldn't find these guys at the time. He would be over there like eating some food on somebody's porch somewhere, and, you know, and it was just like, it was a great time. It was really exciting. I'm glad we got to do that for the kids.
So you do that frequently on your films where you're
I
looking
love to
around?
do that. Yeah, I did it on Equalizer 3. I love to find real faces, the authenticity of who they are. It's just there, you know? You don't have to do anything. Just put them in the right environment. And if they don't have any fear, like Terry didn't, you might find somebody that's the next Terry Crews.
Exactly.
I did it with a kid in Training Day who wound up becoming an actor, writer, director, and I put him in Southpaw. I didn't know he was the same kid. He was a little kid in Training Day in the jungle, and his life was going in a different direction. And at the end of Southpaw, he came up to me and he had tears in his eyes. And he said, Mr. Fuqua, I didn't want to say anything during the production, but he goes, I'm the kid that you and Denzel and Ethan would like talk to all the time.
Yes.
In the jungle. He said, you changed my life. And he became a filmmaker.
My nigga.